Welcome to Talks. I'm your host, Sunny Timbu. Earlier this year, I went to Johannesburg to watch the Varsity Cup at West University, and I was in disbelief by the state of Johannesburg. Well, it's a funny story. I was dropped off by the taxi at Wanderers taxi rank, and I was overwhelmed by what I saw. The city is full of hijacked and abandoned buildings. The city is full of foreigners. The place was full of foreigners. I didn't feel comfortable. And making it to this without getting robbed felt so unbelievable. It was a miracle, basically. It was a miracle. And to top it all off, I only came across three working traffic lights. Only three. This story of city decay doesn't only affect Johannesburg. It applies to almost every town and city across the country. This is a story of municipal neglect and incompetence because, tell me, there is no justifiable reason why our cities look like they've just come out of the war zone. It's simply unjustifiable. Johannesburg's budget for the 2025-2026 financial year is 89 billion rand, while eThekwini's budget, where I come from, is 71.3 billion rand. These are massive amounts of money. Yet, what do you have to show for them? Nothing, absolutely nothing. There is money being budgeted to clean the city, to maintain public parks, to keep up utilities such as water and electricity, to provide and to repair street lighting, to manage facilities such as libraries, public pools, municipal roads, and beaches. All of these have line items in the budget, meaning that there is money allocated for these things. People are employed and they are paid to provide these services, and yet they don't. Instead of delivering on these services, eThekwini sent money back to Treasury. South African municipalities were allocated 44.1 billion rand in direct conditional grants for the 2024 fiscal year, and only 12.8 billion of that 44.1 billion was actually spent. What does this mean? It means that you and I are left with potholes, traffic lights that don't work, city centers smell like garbage, trash piling up our streets, dry taps, or even worse, water that is contaminated and poses a threat to our lives. Well, forget about fixing the mess done state. Why were our cities allowed to crumble and to deteriorate to that state? The incompetence that we see is unsettling. Why are people still voting for the ANC? Why? You don't even need to be a rocket scientist or like an Einstein to see that our cities are rotten. And yet President Ramaphosa is only now realizing that Johannesburg is a mess. I wonder what rock he's been hiding under for the past 30 years. And fine, let me give him the benefit of a doubt and say, okay, the man had no clue what goes on in Joburg. Okay, that alone is reason enough for him and his party to be voted out of power. They're clearly out of touch with what is happening in South Africa. And how can you claim to lead people when you are clueless about the daily struggles? It means that you don't give a damn and you don't care and you have no business in leading. And that is the ANC. They don't care. They don't give a damn about your life, my life, or anybody's life. They care about themselves. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. And what got me fuming is that Panya Sufi and that idiot who called himself Mayor Joburg, they didn't apologize to the residents of Joburg, but they decided to apologize to President Ramaphosa. That is an insult. It's a slap in the face to the residents of Joburg. I didn't even expect much that from Dada Moreira because this was the man who told us how much he loved the ANC, not Joburg, when he became mayor following the unlawful ousting of municpalities. I'm telling you. Some of you might even say, okay, Sanel, okay, it's important that we fix the city ahead of the G20 summit in November. So, the G20 is important. It is important, I'm not disputing that. But why is Joburg only being cleaned up for the G20 summit? So are the foreign dignitaries more important than the citizens of South Africa? Is the Ramaphosa's image more important than the people of this country? Because that is what it feels like now. Suddenly, they want to make these last-minute touch-ups so that the world doesn't see how much of a joke we have become. All thanks to the ANC. Not done. And I wish it was. The, the Auditor's General report on local government audit outcomes concluded that out of all the 257 municipalities across South Africa, only 41 had clean audits, or approximately 16% of them. On top of that, the Auditor General further went on to state that the city of Johannesburg lacks the necessary skills needed to compile financial statements. Good, it's bad. We deserve better as a citizen of this country. We should demand the best from our public representatives. And we should never be afraid to hold them to account. We are the bosses after all because we're the one who pay their salaries through our taxes. And like any other employer, we must not hesitate to discipline bad employees. They have been bad employees for so long now. And they need to be disciplined. To they need to be told that they have been wrong and that they must go. Let us discipline them in the polls next year, please. Let us fire the ANC for most, if not all, of our municipalities. Let us usher in an era of good governance and vote for politicians who will do what they say they will do. An era where we will get what we pay for. If you liked this video or feel as if you got something out of it, please like and subscribe. And also, please share our videos. I thank you.